I'm going to talk about in English, I guess, so hopefully this is fine. My name is Helmut Adamski. I'm the CEO of the IP500 Alliance, and I'm glad to be here because that's the show for the IP500 Alliance, commercial buildings, smart industries, smart tagging, and other smart things we need to connect to each other. Vinay will talk about then the projects we are doing in India especially. So let's start. What is IP500 Alliance? Actually, we are addressing security. Security and redundancy in large buildings like this is pretty important because in small homes, this is also a challenge, but if you want to install things here, it's more bigger of a challenge. Of course, we have regulations like VDS, which is also required in such buildings. High performance. Why high performance? We will explain to it because the building is bigger. You know, you have more security, you have more products, you have more people, and so on. On the other side, interoperability. Well, if we want to interoperate with each other, connecting security systems with HVAC system itself with the temperature control is no problem. With other installations, it's going to be a challenge. And finally, we address the cost of ownership. So not only to use the product over time, how many products we have failing maybe, maintenance is an issue, and so on. So years ago, about 10 years ago, you will see some historical data. We started with the approach of system approach. So we didn't take a chip as an alliance. We looked from the building point of view, how can we solve things here? Then we, of course, looked into the performance issues. What kind of chips are available? What kind of network layer are available? Again, to talk about a wireless communication system which survives in this hall. We have round about, I think, 90 hotspots here in 2.4 gigahertz, so wireless is becoming a big challenge. So you need the best technology. Last but not least, installation. At our booth here, right next left for me, right to your side, we have system integrators coming to me and say, how can we actually install? Is this easy to install? How can we connect to building management systems? So we're talking about ecosystems. Finally, we said it's going to be a wireless platform. And IP500, over the last 7-8 years, you will see the players which are helping us and already have helped a lot. How can we survive in this environment and put a light platform into place? Why platform? So you have different platforms like smart cities. We talked about that. You have heard of Worldwide Mobile World Congress in Barcelona 2 weeks ago. Facility, batches, wearables, and last but not least, security. We have actually addressed the security issue to make it one platform. We already are recognized by TKE, so German architectural documents, as the platform for security applications. What is the technology? We actually cover the entire, from the PHY to the network layer. So BACnet is on top of us, of course, but we actually address the entire stack. And what is important in the stack, so wireless communication starts with software also, it's a mesh, all right? So you have dual bands, you have different mechanisms like meshing, you have redundancy, asynchronous meshing, so you can really talk about whoever wants to speak up. We can address them right away. We are not synchronized. We have ad hoc, so you can come into it in a mesh network and you are recognized as a mobile application maybe. Redundancy, we have not a single point of failure. If a building collapses, don't forget, the rest of the sensors must work. I'm hearing that wire is more reliable. Yes, but not if the building collapses and the rest is maybe the wires are actually broken. That cannot happen with wireless. So we have redundancy. And last but not least, support and security and mobility. So batches. This is a big important thing for us. Introduce batches into this. So we also took care of a multi-stack functionality, so you have different stacks, even competition or proprietary stacks. You can actually run 2 stacks on our hardware, IP500 hardware. That means you can combine security application to the right side from you, the stack 1, or lighting application which require different hopping schemes you can run on one stack. That is the only alliance providing this, by the way. On the RS side, what is important? Bandwidth. So we are providing the first worldwide dual band stack, which actually provides a performance. You know, you see maybe you recognize some of the other alliances, LoRa, for instance, or Sigfox, but this is long distance, very small data. We actually extend our data by reducing the power, so scalability is one of our advantages. Over the glance, we are global. We have representatives over the world. Vinay will talk about India projects, so we are approaching that too. So our alliance members are actually the commercial building security people. So there are some of them. When you see some lighting companies also heavily on security. And also we have also partnerships which basically produce the products which you are talking about. And that means we created a standard, we defined the specification, and we gave it to powerful people and we support, of course, standards like BACnet, IPSO, or IEEE. What are the products right now? So this is basically the first product. You can see it again at E41 here in the hall. So this is the module we are providing with a dual band, a dual band product in the world, covering a standard IPv6, as we said. So Kingspan, for instance, one product. UTC is one product. So all what you see is now combinable with no problem. Also GESE with doors. So imagine you have a badge that comes, or windows from Link. We have an infrastructure, a product from MicroSense, which is next to us. We have a gateway to the cloud, so you can actually combine all the sensors and shoot it into the cloud, so making cloud acquisition and analysis. So the badges are very important for us. So we basically will introduce the only standard which maybe be mobility with access control under, by the way, regulations like VDS in future. So that will be covered by such products. The lighting solution we also show. So with the badge, you can go in, you can open the doors, the light goes off, and again, an evacuation system has to apply because of the fire. We address that. And also, the building management system is one part of that. So all the pieces can be, or the actions can be shown on the building management system or on the smartphones. We have a lot of other products, but I just highlighted some of them. What does it mean for us for the next step? Well, projects. We are going into a lot of projects right now. One is in Freiburg in Germany. We are covering like Freiburg North, the industrial park of 100 buildings. We were chosen as the only standard to adapt the technology into such systems. And I would like to ask Vinay to talk about the Indian project, please.
Oh, good that I was searching that anybody from India. Nice. So why we are presenting India here? Because we were probably the first mover to use this technology in Indian projects. We just come there, and
can we put it in your paper?
okay, okay. Or maybe you can hold on for some time. So when we make presentations in India, we always say that using this technology, maybe you improve by 5–10%. We can improve by 100%. This is a map which is the vision of Government of India, that when we open our eyes in 2035, how we want to see India. Today, in Germany, if you have to go and catch a flight, you will count 20 minutes and you will be there in 20 minutes. We count 20 minutes, we don't know when we'll reach. This is the truth. So this map shows that in 2035, everything should be in a kilometer of public transport. In a village, India is made of villages, right? So those inaccessible places should be connected with 1 kilometer of coverage from each home. We should have sustainable buildings more than 50%. So a lot of things we have got our vision. But our problem is that we are building everything today. We also have a vision that we are making 100 smart cities in the country. It is on the Government of India portal what kind of a vision is there for those cities, e-mobility, e-governance, smart cities, everything. And we are building a lot of infrastructure. 65 new airports are being built. 100 train stations are being remodeled. Each station has got a budget of around $100 million. We are building 100 smart cities, which is around $40 billion of investment happening. We are making mega commercial projects. You'll see one project now, which is a kilometer long, twice the size of this fair, 6 million square feet. So those kind of projects are happening in India. And we are building 100 billion investment into national highways. But this is how we do our wiring. I'm not here to shame India on our wiring systems. What I'm trying to say is that we have suffered this over a long period of time. This is the time to change. If we keep on doing the wiring in our buildings, I'm pretty sure our very nice buildings will look like this in 10 to 15 years. So we took the initiative some time back. We invited IP500 to India, and they have been really working very consistently with our companies and projects. So this event happened in February, where you can see there were a lot of Indian companies interested. And these are the Indian government authorities. So they came, they studied, they deliberated. So he's the director for Airport Authority of India, who said, yes, it makes sense that we want everything interoperable in our airports. Mr. Ajay Mathur is the Director General of Energy Research Institute. He says we have been searching for a wireless technology for 10 years. If IP500 can fulfill that promise, we are welcoming this technology. And this was the product demo and discussions we had out there. I was talking about this project, which is a World Trade Center in New Delhi. It is 6 million square feet. The length is a kilometer long, and there are 3 basements of 3 million square feet. We are implementing IP500 technology end-to-end in this project. So it's a mandatory protocol. All the electrical, mechanical equipment will be connected on IP500 network. We are not use millions of meters of wire in this. So that was my part. Any questions by any chance? Yeah.
Thank you very much. If you have questions,